384,400 kilometers away, over 4.5 billion years old, responsible for varying solar eclipses, tides, and so on, is our moon. Yes, indeed, our celestial vehicle's only natural satellite. However, what would you think if I told you this satellite is hiding something unseen from our eyes? There's a theory among scholars that our moon is hollow inside, or rather, a hollow moon. Is our moon truly a hollow moon? Who built it? And who lives inside it? Let's talk about this in this video. In 1901, author H.G. Wells released the book, The First Men in the Moon. The story revolves around the main characters meeting a race living inside the moon and their journeys into space. For about 80 years after the book's release, no one had explored space or the moon. But when humans began exploring the moon, everyone started to sweat a little, remembering this novel. Something very strange happened here. During the Apollo missions, astronauts placed several seismometers on the moon. They were placed to capture the moon's vibrations and movements. This allowed them to regularly receive information about lunar activity in the following years. These seismometers reported data back to Earth, but in 1977, as a cost-cutting measure, they abruptly shut down this project. These radio transmissions revealed much information about the moon's internal composition. One of the main findings was the existence of moonquakes. These are divided into 4 different categories. NASA astronauts, at the end of the Apollo mission, set up seismic recording equipment on the lunar surface. They were able to capture both man-made and natural moonquakes. Their technology could capture events like meteorite impacts, artificial explosions, and the crash of an Apollo rocket. The daily thawing of the moon due to solar heat also causes seismic activity, with several valve stops, or the Apollo Lunar Surface Experiments package, being sent to the astronauts. They thought to initiate explosions on the moon, ranging from shots to motors with many explosives, based on the seismograph records. They finally thought that NASA intentionally detonated an explosive force, equivalent to 12 tons of TNT on the moon, by crashing the Apollo 12 module and the SIVB rocket. Sometimes the moon rings for hours at a stretch, like a bell. NASA and Apollo astronauts were shocked by what they heard, as they didn't know about the moon's mineral composition. It's clear that the moon's density is much lower than the Earth's. However, the presence of a water vapor cloud on the moon was a unique feature recorded by Apollo 14. 40 years later, NASA said that water and rock samples were found during these flights. As a result, our view of the moon changed. Further investigation revealed that the water contained twice as much deuterium isotope as Earth's water. Scientists found through further studies that 600 million tons of water are trapped in the moon's craters. NASA initially said that the water vapor observation by Apollo 14 was the result of water tanks exploding and releasing Earth's water into space. NASA mentioned this, considering about 60 to 100 pounds of water to explain this incident. This explanation couldn't be sustained any longer, as these vapor clouds reached 100 square miles and lasted for about 14 hours before evaporating. Even from over 100 miles away, NASA claimed that the water from the broken tanks suddenly exploded, causing this to happen. Why did it take 40 years to find water by examining the rock samples brought back from the Apollo missions? And why did they make such a strange statement? Are they hiding something from us that they don't want us to know? In February 2009, Brian Bell, a senior staff scientist, answered the following question on the NASA website. What is the truth behind the study about our moon being hollow inside, or at least the common belief? However, there is no scientific evidence to support the idea that our moon is actually hollow. This myth was started by H.G. Wells with the book The First Men in the Moon in 1901, and the concept was further fueled by later literary works like those of Rika Reason-Boss in the mid-1920s. These concepts claim that people live inside the moon, that the moon is hollow, and that there is an environment similar to a breathable atmosphere inside it. They also say that there is a species of humans, which we call moonmen. The saddest thing is that such ideas seen in literary fiction often reach the eyes and ears of the mainstream public, and are sometimes mistaken for scientific truths. Some argue that the moon's overall density is low, about 60% of Earth's average density. The ringing of a moonquake from a part of the Apollo 12 lunar landing jet formed by the impact of the Earth's upper mantle, which has a lower density, and the sound is due to the lower density. Additional seismic and gravitational studies and moment of inertia calculations all revealed that the moon has an interior similar to Earth's. The upper part of the core was made of minerals, and the interior was made of very dense materials. This statement was an attempt to dismiss public questioning. Can we simply believe these stories from NASA when we know a mountain of evidence that our moon is actually a hollow moon from the tests that NASA ended? On July 11, 2014, for the 45th anniversary of the Apollo 11 moon landing, the government released information about Project Horizon. Since the 1950s, a secret space program had proposed plans to build a long-term military base on the moon. All these supplies, along with 10 to 20 nuclear weapons, would be sent with people, and these secret lunar outposts, used for defense and jurisdiction by the Soviet Union, would need to constantly communicate with Earth. According to the released documents, scientists knew that this plan could not be implemented, but they thought it might be implemented in the future with technological advancements. However, Project Horizon has never been launched to this day. However, the story of hidden space programs in the past, present and future is not seen there. According to recently released documents, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt launched a secret space mission. It is mentioned that this program was attempted in the 1940s. He thought about how to remove a significant population from the Earth without severe radiation damage in a nuclear war. Because there was a risk of our Earth being destroyed forever by nuclear impact, he wanted to secure humanity in the universe. He thought of moving a large population to space locations because there were no places left on Earth to shelter people after this destruction. So the first choice was to start a journey to Alpha Centauri. In this way, the nearest star initially appeared as an option. However, due to the distance, we couldn't go there. Roosevelt then turned his attention to Mars or Venus as potential models for Earth. It wasn't just NASA that started questioning the moon's structure. In the 1970s, two Soviet scientists like D. Wells started telling people that the moon is indeed hollow, suggesting that aliens live there. There are several strange facts about the relationship between Earth and the moon. Even though it doesn't seem like aliens are watching us, maybe aliens are very close to us. Yes, our moon might be a spy vehicle they built. Today, there are many hypotheses, but people are trying to explain how the moon came around our Earth. However, none of them can be accepted as completely accurate. Many people conclude that the moon is a spacecraft. We have now found that without the moon, there is no way life could exist on our Earth. If so, the moon is indeed a mysterious place. Less than 10% of all terrestrial planets have a moon-Earth ratio similar to ours. This gives us the stability needed to maintain a climate that can support life. A scientist named Gray Marconi, living in Scotland, gained access to thousands of secret government documents. From February 2001 to March 2002, Marconi gained access to several secure files that had been deleted. He was able to find many NASA secrets and US military secrets. He also found information about a strange extraterrestrial life that is not from this Earth. He realised that this Excel sheet listed the names of unknown individuals. Marconi also found a new document containing instructions for transferring materials between spaceships. Marconi found information about an extremely fast anti-gravity propulsion device. In addition, he discovered new evidence about portal technology, which when combined with anti-gravity propulsion, could quickly travel through space to other stars and planets faster than anything else. According to Einstein's hypotheses, nothing can move faster than the speed of light, and it doesn't seem like NASA has access to it. Anti-gravity technologies show that black budget secrets are being kept even by NASA. They use fossil fuels to power the 100 rockets. According to Marconi, he found about 300 images of buildings. This time, there were civilizations that the moon does not have these structures, and the alien bases have been edited out. Unfortunately, he accessed these computers using a dial-up connection, so he couldn't download a screenshot. of the base on the moon that was saved on his computer. The next day he was kidnapped by the CIA and detained, and his computer was taken. When he got the computer back, the pictures were gone. If the theory that the moon is hollow is true, then no matter how much NASA and world governments try to hide it from people, the truth can be revealed to people someday. If this story is really true, then we are living a complete lie, aren't we? So, with that we come to the end of our video. Is our moon really a hollow one? Share your thoughts with us and others by commenting below. If you liked the video, give it a like. Also, if you remember to subscribe and hit the bell, you can join the first group of people to watch my videos. Have a very good day to you all.